check with your doctor first. I am not condoning or endorsing the use of anything. It is up to the person to decide for them to do it themselves. I am not saying they should. I am not a doctor. Check with your doctor before anything else. Good morning, everyone. We are on day 5, so we're going to take our marker and we're going to draw a line like that. Oops. That was kind of awkward to do. We are on day 5, as you can see. If you watch day 4's video, you'll notice that some things happened through the day that really made it rough for me. I was feeling anxious and stressed and angry and everything. And so I kind of fell back into the way things used to be, and I drank a few and smoked a bit. But it was also a learning experience, realizing that I don't need those things. I'm feeling a bit tired and run down this morning. I don't need to fall back into those things. There are other ways to deal with the stress and whatever of the day. The way I'm feeling now, based on what happened last night, really shows me that I need better alternatives. And so during the day today, I'm hoping that I can begin to work on different alternatives that will help me cope better, deal better, manage things better, rather than having to reach for a bottle or whatever. Today, I'm not doing a whole lot. I'm searching for a new fridge. I am going to be going with my dog pretty soon. I have to say it that way or else she gets way too excited before we're even going. I am going out into the woods. I'm going to be bringing some cannabis with me, just because I usually do while I'm out with the dog. Also, it helps me to ground myself, if that makes any sense. I don't have a whole lot planned for today. I'm basically just going to be taking it easy, relaxing, maybe going over some of the videos that I've done already. I'm going to get back to what I was doing. I gotta find a fridge if I can, and then I'll be heading, and then we'll see how the day goes. I don't consider what happened last night a setback or a negative thing. I just did what came naturally, and that's what people do, and it's a natural thing. I could have made better choices last night. I could have done other things to help deal with everything, but it wasn't wrong of me to do what I did. I don't like to consider that as wrong. I used to. I really used to look at everything I did as like, well, why did I do that, and so on. But as I mentioned in other videos here, now that I'm microdosing and using the mushroom to help me grow, be a better person, it's allowing me to look at myself in a different light and see that the things that I do, while others and myself may consider it to be wrong, it's not inherently wrong. It's only wrong if I interpret it that way. And so if I look at this as a learning experience, if I look at this as something that I can gain knowledge from and better myself from, then it wasn't really a bad thing. It may have seemed bad in the moment, but I only see it that way because I'm interpreting it that way. If I can look at it in a different light, it turns out to be that way. There's a fellow out there by the name of Daryl Anka, and he's a channeler. Now, I know a lot of people are like, oh, channelers and talking to spirits and blah, blah, blah. Daryl Anka channels a being called Bashar. When Bashar talks to people and answers questions that he's asked, he gives some pretty profound information. And one of the things that he said was, it doesn't matter what happens. It only matters what you do with what happens. And that speaks volumes to what happened last night. It didn't matter that I drank a bunch and smoked a bunch and now feel a bit rough about it. It doesn't matter that at all. What matters is how I use that, what I do with that information, how I process it and accept it. So if I look at it as, oh, I did all this crap and oh, this is so horrible and I feel like crap and blah, 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 that's one way of looking at it. But if I look at it as, this happened and I did this and I feel like this, maybe there's other things I can do to change this, and so I don't have to have, if I look at it more in the way of a teaching element, then it really becomes something positive. And that's exactly what I'm looking for. It doesn't really pay off to be negative all the time about everything, about yourself or anything else. And I'm using this microdosing experience to help me learn about things, and this is one of those things. I'm not quite sure where I'm going with this. Basically, I'm just looking at what happened last night as a learning experience and taking that positivity and moving on into other things. So that's how I'm interpreting it. Anyway, I rambled too much. It made no sense. But I'm about to go do things, and I will report back as the day goes. So stay tuned. We made it to the end of day 5. It was a bit of a rough day, honestly, in the long run. There was lots of stresses that were happening and kind of got me a little tense and tight. Like, I've used cannabis twice today. I don't know what's going on in a lot of ways, and that's kind of scary. Due to my dealings with anxiety in the past, my personal way of protecting myself is to be like, okay, what is that? What's going on? What's that feeling over here? And no matter what it is, my entire being goes into lockdown and this basically panics about everything and doesn't know what to make of it. There were a couple things that came up today that were a bit off-putting, I'll say. I don't want to go into details, but it was a little bit concerning, and so right now I'm on edge and a little bit panicked. The mushroom is helping me identify a lot of things, which is great. It's helping me to see things that need to be changed, which is great. See things that need some improvement, which is great. And it's making me ask a lot of questions. And in doing so, it really makes things a little rough because I've become so used to how things have been. And to be asking these questions and seeing these things and having them on display in front of me is making my ego, my brain, my being, whatever you want to call it, freak the hell out. Just one thing after another today kind of piled on top of each other, made it a rough day. I drank 2 beers at like lunchtime. I cannot shake this, and I don't know what it is. But with the help of the mushroom, like I said, I've been able to identify a few things in life that need some changes and improvements, and I'm hoping that as time goes on and I spend more time working with the mushroom, I'll be able to uncover a lot of things that have been kind of locked away in my psyche and my mind for quite some years, and finally begin to deal with them. Now I may need to look into, I'll call it alternative help in the form of bigger and better. But that's a little far away right now. I can't really deal with that at this moment. There's a lot of things that I need to work through, and I feel that the mushroom is helping me do that, as I've said many times now. Today it really helped open up a lot of things that I've been kind of working through, and it kind of got me on edge. So I'm just going to go try and unwind now and stop rambling. I apologize for this weird kind of end to the day and yesterday too, and just a lot of things are coming up and I really need to process and work through them. So, but this is to be expected when working with this, and I'm actually very happy for it, believe it or not. It's just really hard right now. So thank you for watching. I hope this video was something that you enjoyed and got something out of. If it was, of course, there's always the like button, and you can also subscribe and ring the bell. Get notified of all the new stuff coming out whenever it shows up. As I said, I'm trying to make these things fairly regularly. I don't know what I'm trying to say anymore, but I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now. Hello everyone, and welcome back. We are on to day 6 on the calendar. I had to check my camera to make sure I got it lined up right. So we'll take our marker, and there we have it. Today is going to be a slow day, not a whole lot to do. I'm going to try and recover. Last night was a bit of a rough night for me, unfortunately. My mind wouldn't stop racing, and then so many different thoughts kept coming in and out, and really made it hard to concentrate and sleep. So I'm not doing a whole bunch today. I have some researching to do on some things. I have some editing I can do, but I'm not doing a whole lot. I don't know if it's the mushroom helping with the panic attacks and the anxiety and everything I've been feeling. But yeah, I'm not doing a whole lot today. I need to recalibrate, reconfigure, try to figure out what's going on and figure out ways to make it work, maybe. I don't know. My brain is a big mess right now. And like I said, I don't know if the mushroom is causing it. I don't think so. Although I think the mushroom might have something to do with the fact that a lot of things from before are coming up now. A lot of things are triggering me in ways. I don't like using that word trigger. A lot of things are making me feel certain things and think certain things, and it's really, really confusing, kind of scary at times, kind of all over the place. And so today is a day of trying to figure it all out. I've been up since about 5 o'clock, 5:30. I slept maybe 3 hours, 4 hours. I don't know how much I'm going to get done today, but I'm going to try my best to do a bunch because I really want to be doing something else than sitting here trying to unravel my mind. So it's been really hard to go through some of the thoughts that I've had just because it's things from the past that I've felt that I've already dealt with, and I guess I haven't. Otherwise I wouldn't be coming up, right? I just feel tense, nervous, scared, angry, very sad, depressed, everything. I want these videos to be something that I talk about every single thing that I'm experiencing during this mushroom microdosing. Maybe it has something to do with it or not, I don't know, but these are the things that I'm feeling after taking, I don't know if it has anything to do with the mushroom or not, but during the process of taking the psilocybin as microdosing, it's things that are coming up. And I want to share these things with everybody because I feel that this is coming up during my microdosing experience. I feel that it's kind of tied to it, and I want to be able to share all that so that other people who may want to try this in the future, check with your doctor first. I am not condoning or endorsing the use of anything. It is up to the person to decide for them to do it themselves. I am not saying they should. I am not a doctor. Check with your doctor before anything else. If people decide to do this kind of thing, I want to be able to express everything that I'm going through during my experience with this, so that you can have like a somewhat of a guide, maybe, the things that you might encounter on your own trip as well. Anyway, it's going to be a slow, quiet day. I'm not doing a whole lot today. I'm just going to rest, relax, and try to figure out what's going on in my head. I guess here's where I say I'll see you a bit later today, and we'll recap as to what happened through the day, and we'll go on to the next day. Or something like that. I'm sorry. I'm not all here. But I'll see you sometime this evening. Well, we made it to the end of day 6, and I think I have some understanding of what's been going on the past little while. If you remember back, probably yesterday, if not the day before, I was feeling a bit low. I was worried and stressed and upset and angry, and all these different feelings are coming up. And I kept racking my mind trying to figure out where they were coming from and why they were there. The only thing that I can come up with is it's time to go through them again, to understand them, to remember them, to understand them, to get the lessons that I need to get from them. And I think that's why I'm feeling the way I am. I'm feeling a lot like I had before my very first microdosing experience. Before that, I was so stressed, so worried, so panic attack ridden for months and months. I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. I had generalized anxiety disorder. I couldn't work. Up to this point today, I've been out of work for 10 years now, 11 years, because of all this stuff. And so I keep trying to find ways to fix myself, to understand, to heal, to get better. And with the microdosing experience before, everything worked out flawlessly, amazingly, beautifully. And I think this time, because I'm feeling not what I felt before, my mind is kind of overcompensating and saying that, well, it's not working. But at the same time, I believe this is actually trying to help me understand why I think and have thought the way I have and do, if that makes sense. I think that I'm being shown these things and being made to feel these things because it's time to understand them and work through them and heal from them more than I have already. And I think tomorrow being day 7, which is a dose day, I think that gives me a great opportunity to sit with the mushroom after I do my dose and sit with it and just, even beforehand, come up with like a reason for this and like dedicate the day to figuring it out. Kind of create like almost like a ritual in a sense on how to give thanks to it, to say thank you for your help and everything you're doing. Please work with me now to figure this part out, kind of thing. And I think tomorrow being a dose day is actually a great time to do that. So tomorrow might be a little slow in the way of getting things done, but I think it's going to help me understand better and to interpret the messages that I think that are trying to come through. I've also come across a few health concerns that I have that are kind of upsetting, and my mind is overreacting as it does with everything. And because I'm dealing with everything from the past too, it kind of doubles up on that. My body and my brain are just like rebelling against everything and each other, and it's been chaos for the past couple of days. I really do apologize for the way I've been in the past few days. I believe it is that mushroom trying to help me out, and it's just, I haven't really been able to interpret that until now. And like I said, tomorrow is going to be a day of just sitting and meditating and thinking and asking questions and looking for answers, and hopefully come across something that's going to help. If you watched this far into the series, I just want to say thank you so much. It really means a lot to me to know that people are watching. I know that at times these videos can be a little mundane and boring and really not much to listen to, but for me, I feel that my sharing everything that I'm coming across in this microdosing experience, being able to share these things with you, the viewer, allows me to maybe enrich your life in some way, or to offer some assistance for someone like yourself who might be microdosing, or who has been dealing with some stress and panic and anxiety and everything else, and has been looking for a way to better themselves and figure things out. Anyway, I'm going to wind down and I'm going to go to bed and hopefully get a bit more sleep than I have been the past few nights. And tomorrow, prepare for a deep dive. Yay. I know it's going to be beneficial, I know it's going to be worth it, and I know that it's time. So, thank you ever so much for watching. I really appreciate every single one of you, and I hope that this is somehow benefiting you in some way. And if it is, of course, you can always hit the big old thumbs up like button, and if you want to follow along and see what happens next, there's always subscribe and the bell, that way you get notified when the new stuff comes out. Again, thank you so much, I appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now.